Hey, hey guys, what is up? This is Daco. How you guys doing today? This is probably gonna be a slightly different video, at least for the few minutes that I'm gonna be on. Um, I'm kind of outside, not playing games, which is pretty crazy. But hey, it's good to get outside sometimes, right? But anyway, the whole idea of the video is I was just thinking. I thought about this last night before going to bed, but I've been thinking about Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff, and the idea of how fun it is to be able to sit around a tabletop and play Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or whatever other tabletop game you have, whether it be like Call of Cthulhu or, well, that's the only other game I can think of that's not D&D. But I was gonna say Magic the Gathering, but that's not really an RPG so much as just a card game. Anyway, the point though is that I have this idea of that I'm surprised that other game companies, like video game companies, haven't thought of this. I thought, how there are those companies, game developers, that have created, digital virtual, or video games that, or that are Dungeons and Dragons related. And what they do is, most of them are like side-scrolling hack and slash games, or maybe overhead games or whatever. Well, why not make like a console game or a PC game, something like that, or both? That'd be kind of cool too. Why not cover all the major platforms, right? So like PS4, Xbox One, PC. But maybe have a video game where instead of going through, picking a class or whatever, or a character of a class, barbarian, ranger, rogue, whatever, bard, whatever, and going through, the random stages, destroying and killing random or pre-generated monsters and things, like that. But instead of doing all that, maybe you have a game that has the ability to do what you could in a actual tabletop related situation. So maybe you instead of doing a side-scrolling hacking game, you can create and play through, maps and, overhead maps that you would see, like, that are tabletop related. Sorry I don't know if you can see my face because of the shade or not. It's kind of hard to tell here on my phone. But I don't know if you know where I'm going with this yet, but yeah, but the idea of this game that I'm surprised that no one has thought of, well, maybe they have, and maybe I just don't know it. But this game would have, you'd be able to create maps, on like grid style maps, like a real game, like a real D&D game would have, whether it's 3.5 or first or second edition or fourth edition or fifth edition, or even like Pathfinder, and maybe you can create maps, of towns, villages, cities, and various outside terrains for player characters to run around on. And the idea is that, like, say if I want to enact my own campaign, like say as the GM, I would create these maps, create characters, put in NPC characters, enemies, bosses. Boy, I hope that wind's not destroying the video here. But yeah, you would create basically an enriched world of your own choosing and desires and all that, and story elements and everything. And then once you've created like the whole world through top-down maps and whatnot, you can go online, with other players, whether it's 2 or 3 other players, 5 other players, 6 players, whatever, 8 players, whatever you want to do. And then you can, use these maps and connected worlds and everything to basically make, essentially a classic tabletop experience on a virtual platform like, PS4, Xbox One, PC. And I mean, it's kind of been done before in a way, like on Roll20.net on the PC. But I would like to see like a dedicated game that is specifically focused on a tabletop experience, an authentic tabletop experience, on the console / PC. That would be really cool. I don't know if anyone has made something like this or not, but if they have, awesome. But if not, well, I wish someone would get on it, because that would be pretty fun. What do you guys think? If you guys have come across something like that, let me know. Oh, that's a lot of wind. Kind of breezy today. Whew. But yeah, if not, what would you want to see in that game? Oh, like as an idea, I just thought of, like, in the game, just like you have on Roll20, at the very least you would have the ability to go with like different versions of the game depending on what your favorite tabletop version of D&D was. Whether it's like like first edition, second edition, 3.5, fourth or fifth edition, or maybe even other versions like, say, Pathfinder. Just give your players and the GMs, of course, the different options and stuff, so that it's all like an all-in-one game or something, or I don't know. I mean, I know there's these other little small technicalities I could probably go with, like maybe make a 3.5 edition of the game, or third edition / 3.5, but then maybe have DLCs where you can throw in all the different books, or like even the individual versions. Have the third edition version of the game, which seems to be a really popular version, and then as DLCs, you'd have like, windy. You'd have, all the additional, I don't know how many monster manuals there are in third edition, but like have all these different books for that. Or if you're doing Pathfinder, have bestiaries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as, or should I say 2 through 5 as DLCs. And the advanced class and the advanced player books, and all the other books that you would see, in that particular version of the game. So anyway, like I said, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.